Hey, I'm out on my motorcycle today. I'm stopped at the Texas Speedway and here to talk about nonviolence and the Michael Chekhov Way and these tools of nonviolence for peace. Today's tool is education, and it's certainly an education that can change our minds and open our hearts, because so much nonviolence is sourced from judgment based on fear, and that fear is often based on lack of knowing and lack of understanding. And it is through education that we enlighten our minds and then can open our understanding of what the realms of information really are. And in today's world, one needs to carefully look at one's sources of education, because so much information is biased. So it's important, I think, to try to find multiple sources of information, and that includes, for the artist, understanding how you're working with yourself, making sure that you're educated in ways that lead to self-development and help you to operate in a way that is peaceful to yourself. As an example, for the artist, imagining that you are required to live an ugly and painful life in order to have resources to draw upon is a false notion, which education, certainly Michael Chekhov's technique, can assist you in freeing yourself from. No need to do any self-violence by drawing upon your personal pain and circumstances, nor is it necessary for you to imagine real people in the real world in difficult and dangerous and painful situations, meaning you don't need to substitute any persons or beings from your reality in your imagination. You don't need to project onto them the woes and challenges that a character might have in order for you to be able to create a truthful relationship. So learning about your particular art, your particular profession, your particular way of managing, of relating, of being a co-worker, a worker for, a leader of, all of these, any ways that are control driven and dominant driven in order to gain power and superiority, are actually inferior approaches which a good education can lead you to. It is my hope that each person is seeking to continue to evolve their own living being. And if we are going to continue to evolve as nature does, and if we are a part of that, then we must drive our evolution, our intentional evolution, to incorporate and to educate our minds, our hearts, and our will forces, to educate our ability to work with invisible forces, imaginative forces, creative forces, all forces that are sourced in love. And the more that we can engage in educating ourselves about the possibilities, and if we the more we will be able to engage our love and work and operate in a peaceful way. If our sources of information and education are limited, then my suggestion is, if you've been deriving all your educational information from one source, that you go to the opposite sources and learn about them, and what are people who you have a feeling of violence for, what are they hearing, what are they learning, what is their education, what can you learn about them. If you're afraid of people from other countries, if you're afraid of people of other complexions, of other genders, of other persuasions and interests, try to learn about them and try to understand what is their experience. Education opens the pathway to growth and to peace. And I hope you're out enjoying something and finding some peace.